Gary Payton always has a lot to talk about everything, and that's why we love him, and that's why you've loved him for years when he was on the floor, and now he's here talking about this huge weekend in college basketball. Gary, Eytan Shander alongside Harry Mays, Hall of Famer, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you for the time today.
Well, thank you, guys, and I appreciate you guys for having me on.
Well, I'll tell you what, Gary, looks like you got something big going on this weekend out in Minnesota at the Mall of America. Let's just talk about this right away before we get to the basketball. This Dos Equis National Championship where one of these teams is going to be walking away with $100,000. What's this all about?
Well, that's great, huh? $100,000 coming out of college. You ain't never had this type of money. It's going to be at a Mall of America, like we said. You know, guys, it's going to be people are not going to be in Minnesota. So you know where you can go to go get it. You can go on Twitter and get it at 3x3U Hoops, and it's going to be on ESPN2 all weekend long. But the cold catch to this is to win $100,000, there's going to be 32 teams with a four-man roster. And then all of a sudden, the winner's going to win $100,000. The runner-up they're going to win $2,000 apiece for their players. And then everybody else after that, you know, like the third place and whoever ever go down, they got $1,000. So this is a good tournament, a great tournament to be in. You know, we're going to play half court. We got a 12-second shot clock. 1 point per basket. If you shoot a three, it's going to be 2 points. Then, you know, we first one at 21 is going to win the game. But if you don't get to 21, we're going to have a 10-minute clock that's running. So if the 10 minutes run out and you don't get 21 points, whoever has the most points is going to win the basketball game. And it's just going to be great. But what the catch is and why I'm involved is that it's going to be about trash talking. You know, a lot of the guys, we're going to promote trash talking. Whoever's going to be the best trash talker, we're gonna be there judging that. We're going to see who gets the fans excited, who can walk the walk, who can talk the talk, who can do all of that, who can bag it up, and then we're going to give that person a prize for being the best trash talker.
Awesome.
All right. So this begs the question, because this is like bringing Jordan or Neek or somebody to like a dunk contest, right? Vince Carter, you trash talk. There is nobody more synonymous with that. So what's the biggest criteria that jumps out to you? Like, what thing do you look for the most that says, all right, that guy's got a shot at winning. He can talk some trash?
Who can get under your skin and then bag it up? That's what I'm going to look at. I'm not going to look at the best lines or nothing like that. I'm going to look at if a guy is going at you and he's talking trash to you and you can't respond and he can respond and he's doing it well and you can't go back at him and he gets the job done. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I would master in. I'm mastered at who I can dominate with my mouth. And if I see a guy who can do that, then I think that I'm going to go with that guy.
Awesome. Check it out on Twitter at 3x3U Hoops.
I love it.
So I got to ask you, Gary, since you're the number one trash talker, who was the guy that got under your skin? Like, who's number two all time in your view trash talking?
Nobody. My skin. Nobody. But I got three guys that was pretty good. And I'm going to go with Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Because Larry Bird, I only played against him 2 years, but he was a guy that could play basketball and was really good. And he'll tell you where he's going to shoot the ball in your face. And he's going to say, he's going to put it in your mouth. He said, this jumper going to just rain. And he said, it's going to be a Christmas present. Merry Christmas with this jumper in your mouth, and you ain't going to be able to stop me. I'm going to dribble 2 times to this corner, and you think you're going to be on me, but I'm going to raise up and hit you. That's what a guy that can talk crazy and talk trash to you and do it and bag it up. Then you had Michael Jordan, of course, and then you had Reggie Miller. Them were guys that can bag it up. Reggie coming off picks and putting up his choke signs, and then he putting his hands on his hips and looking at you and staring at you all day. You know, things like that, and talking and then going over there and say, ain't nobody can guard me. I'm going to hit this jumper on you. Them are 3 guys that I think that had a great mouthpiece on them in the NBA in our era.
All right, so how about the opposite? Was there anybody that you went up against, Gary, that was like a quiet, reserved dude that no matter what you did, it worked on everybody else, but no matter what you did, this guy was just like unfazed by it, didn't even react to it?
Everybody know this question. John Stockton. He was the only one that I couldn't get into. He was like a zombie out there. What he would do is he wouldn't even respond to me, and he would just walk away. And he tortured me with that for 6 years. And then I finally adjusted my game to it, and I stopped talking to him, and I just started going at him. He was the only one that I really didn't talk to when I played Utah, and because he wouldn't be fazed by it. He'd just walk away, and then he'll put up 20 and 17 assists and four rebounds and 4 steals, and I would hate it when we lose to him. And I would hate it all the time, and I would love when I would beat him because only time I would beat him is when I don't talk to him, and then I just go and play my game.
Hall of Famer Gary Payton joining us, and you got to check out this Dos Equis 3x3U National Championship going on out in Minneapolis this weekend. Check them out on Twitter at 3x3U Hoops. Real quick, Gary, the college game tournament this week is lacking North Carolina, Kentucky, Kansas. You know, the blue blood programs, Duke, of course, with Zion not making the trip. Do you think that it's lost a lot of its sizzle, or does these group of 4 teams present some intriguing matchups in your view?
Man, I think it's great. I'm tired of seeing the same people. It's just like you started seeing the same people in the finals. I'm glad LeBron that went to the Lakers and now he ain't with Cleveland no more. We don't have to see that Golden State Cleveland matchup no more. So, we want to see new blood. These are players that are really good. You got Texas Tech, who's got a great basketball team. Michigan State, who has a great guard and a great post-up guy. And then you got Virginia with the 2 great guards. That's what we want to see. We want to see things like that. And then we got Auburn with the great guard and Harper. They wanted to keep basketball players. But you guys understand, we need new blood in this. And these 4 teams have proven that they can beat teams. They've beaten the North Carolinas, the Dukes, the Kansases, and all the Kentuckys. And that's what we want to see. We don't want to keep seeing the same basketball teams over and over. They stacking up, all Americans. Now let's go to some other basketball teams. And these 4 teams have made a statement. We've seen a lot of other teams, Houston's, the Tennessees. They're making runs. We want to see new blood, and I like it. I like the Final Four being with these 4 teams.
Gary, we appreciate it. Everything you've done for the game, what you're doing now for Dos Equis, and you don't get to a level of talk radio without being able to talk trash. And I can say that you are an inspiration for me and a lot of other radio people, not to mention people on the court as well. Thank you, Gary. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you guys for doing this and having me. Thank you very much.